What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with the biggest video I have ever filmed. Undeniably, we have my full WWE and AEW action figure collection video. This is going to be all of my wrestling action figures, and I don't want to waste too much time because this is going to be a long video. But Happy New Year's! We're going to get right into it, starting off with the Ultimate Edition CM Punk. That is like literally an amazing figure. It is awesome. Here's Matt Riddle in the white, his first elite. Here's Lacey Evans. I always thought that was a pretty underrated one. You got Drew McIntyre. Here's Pat McAfee, the WrestleMania 40 elite. Great to put behind your commentator's desk. Elite 69 Ricochet. Here's Kurt Hawkins, part of Elite 64. I thought the Chase version was better, personally. Here's the first basic of the video. You got Baron Corbin in the suit, which I put behind my commentator's desk as well. Here's Keith Lee, part of Elite 82, I think. Here's John Cena. Ordered the invisible one, but I got this. Kind of unfortunate. Here's No Way Jose NXT Takeover. You got Montel Vontavious Porter MVP. Here's Otis, his first elite. And then Otis, his most recent elite. WrestleMania 26, Shawn Michaels, beautiful figure. Here's Shotzi, part of Elite 95. This had some great details on it. Brock Lesnar, Elite 96. I set my camera, excuse me. You got Asuka, part of the NXT TakeOver line. Here's Victor of the Ascension. You will see Connor a little bit later. I thought those figures were underrated. Elite 67, Randy Orton. Here's the top picks, Elite Jeff Hardy. Saw Finn Balor, SummerSlam 2016. There's a lot of older figures coming in hot here. Wasn't really expecting that. Here's Connor. This is another older figure that goes with the Victor. Elton Prince, part of Elite 110. Here's the SummerSlam Elite Dolph Ziggler. Underrated. Then Now Forever Tyler Breeze. Jeff Hardy Epic Moments. Love that one. Then you can't have Jeff Hardy without Matt. There's the Matt Hardy Epic Moments. Sami Zayn Survivor Series Elite. Here's Big E. You got Ivar of the War Raiders. We need some new War Raiders figures for real. Here's Tucker that goes with Otis. Oh, first AEW figure. You got an Amazon exclusive Matt Hardy that came in the tag team pack. Here's Big Cass. I have this on my AEW shelf, sort of like Big Bill. Here's Rey Mysterio top picks. That figure poses around awesome. Here's Adam Cole, baby. Brock Lesnar. This was in 3-pack. Here's Angelo Dawkins, part of Elite 103. Happy Corbin, part of Elite 99. Amazon exclusive Jeff Hardy. This goes with the mat, so we'll put them pretty close to each other. Here's the Elite Alexa Bliss based off of SummerSlam. So realistic. Here's the Fiend, the burnt Elite 92 Fiend. That's a really cool one. Johnny Gargano, of course, a DIY. Here's John Cena, Elite 95 Cena. That's a really good one. Here's Seth freaking Rollins in the Dusty Rhodes gear and the cowbell. Got the Elite 110 Butch. Got Braun Breaker, part of Elite 114. That's a brand new one. He's hitting my camera. And another from Elite 114, got Tommaso Ciampa with the tag belt. Here's Montez Ford. I cropped the shirt a little bit by curling it, but if you want to fix it back to normal, you can do that. Elite 109, Seth Rollins with the world title. AJ Styles with the updated torso. You got Chad Gable, Alpha Academy Chad. Here's the Fiend Bray Wyatt, top picks, I think that is. You got Ryback. This is like a WrestleMania 29 basic, I think. Here's Grayson Waller, part of Elite 107. I thought this was a really cool attire that they chose for that. Grayson Waller, sort of an underrated figure. Kit Wilson, the other member of Pretty Deadly. Here's the Undertaker, or Raw 30 years anniversary Undertaker. Here's Damian Priest. You got another Sami Zayn. That's the more current one. Here's Rob Van Dam. I actually forgot to show this on the channel, but this one I got for Christmas. It's pretty cool. He's got the shirt and then the pink singlet sticking out. Pretty sweet. There's the almighty Bobby Lashley. And can't have Lashley without MVP. So they're in the Hurt Syndicate these days. Randy Orton, part of Elite 98. Can't wait for the Elite 116 Randy Orton to come out. Here's the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns with the red boots. You got Ricochet, Elite 101 Ricochet. Seth freaking Rollins. You will be seeing more of him, trust me. You got Elite 105 Dominic Mysterio. That's a really good one. We'll put him back here next to CM Punk. I don't want to get him all messed up. Here's another Seth Rollins. I have a lot of Seths. You got Xavier Woods. New Day sucks. Here is Paul Heyman. This one came in the 3-pack with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Here's another Roman Reigns. I dropped his belt, but there he is. Here is another Roman Reigns. Wreck everyone in Elite version. Another Roman Reigns, this time from the 3-pack. Here's Drew McIntyre, most current Drew I have. You got R-Truth with the 24/7 title. Kofi Kingston, new Elite. Also from that same series, Elite 113, you got Carlito with the apple in hand. That's cool. Ultimate Edition, Becky Lynch. This was an early Ultimate Edition. Here's a basic Shield Seth Rollins. You got another Roman Reigns, Elite 65 this time. Here's Cody Rhodes, Elite, I think 32 Cody Rhodes. Here's Shinsuke Nakamura, our United States champion. Here's the Rated R Superstar Edge. You got Kevin Owens. You got King Woods, Xavier Woods. Then Ultimate Edition AJ Styles. The Elite 67 Chase Jeff Hardy with the American face paint. Here's another Sami Zayn. Didn't realize how many Sammys I had. Here's Eric from the Viking War Raiders. Excuse me. The figures are starting to fall here. You got LA Knight, yeah. Here's the Warlord. This was actually the Elite 50 Warlord. Not the greatest hits. That is the original. Here's Ridge Holland, Royal Rumble Elite. You got Damian Priest. There's Damian Priest. Elite 101, Cody Rhodes coming in hot. That is the original, not the top picks. You got Sheamus, just returned on Raw. There's Sheamus. Here's another Seth freaking Rollins. You got Tyson Kidd and the yellow gear. The Ring General Gunther with the world title. Big Bronson Reed, Elite 108. Got the top pick Elite Logan Paul, WrestleMania 39. That figure's got quite a few inaccuracies with it, but it's still cool. Here's Liv Morgan, our current Women's World Champion. You got Elite 112, Seth freaking Rollins. I'm holding his leg on. If you know, you know. Here's the Ultimate Edition Roman Reigns. This is the Ultimate Edition. You can see out the butterfly joints, not like the torso. I just have the shirt on him. But there's Roman Reigns. You got Finn Balor, this way too short Finn Balor. Here's Tiffany Stratton, part of Elite 113. You got the Game Triple H in his authority gear. Dakota Kai, part of Elite 104. She should win the Intercontinental title. You got Nia Jax. We need an updated Nia Jax Elite. They announced a new one, which I'm hyped for. Here's another top picks, Rey Mysterio. This is the New Age version. Here is Io Sky. That's a really cool one. You got Michin Mia Yim. Elite 102, Rhea Ripley. Definitely need an updated Rhea Ripley figure. You got the Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa. That was like his updated figure. Here's Senos Escobar. I've never really cared for this figure that much. Here's Elias. That's pretty cool. You got Nikki Cross. She's of course in the Wyatt Six, so I have her right there. Ember Moon, NXT Takeover Elite. Man, this pile is about to be a landslide already. Here's another Braun Breaker. You got the Defining Moments, Cody Rhodes. They of course re-released this, but this is the original. You can tell by the pins and also feet. But yes, this is the original Torn Pet Cody Rhodes. I'll put him off to the side. You got Cesaro, his last elite. JD McDonough with the Judgment Day shirt on. You got Kalisto. He does have a broken hand, unfortunately. I miss Kalisto, sort of. Here's the Boogeyman. Man, this also I got a broken hand. That's a shame. I'll probably get the new from the vault to fix this figure. Here's the original basic Chelsea Green before we got the Elite. And then speaking of the Elite, this one's much better. You got Elite 108, Chelsea Green. That's a great figure. You got Jimmy Uso, no Yeet. Got some Cody Rhodes is coming in hot. Here is the basic Cody Rhodes. This is like the red gear. Then you got the suited basic Cody Rhodes, which is very cool. Got Yeet, main event Jey Uso. Here's Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy. You got Angel Garza. Here's Arn Anderson from the Four Horsemen 4-pack. I used to use this for LA Knight before I got an official LA Knight figure. Here's Bailey with the gold gear when she turned heel. You got Nikki Bella. This is the original Battle Pack figure. You got Alexa Bliss, Elite 51. Ronda Rousey, original Ultimate Edition. Mandy Rose. This was like her first Elite, I think. Yeah, that was her first Elite. Here's the Royal Rumble Cody Rhodes, the very stiff Royal Rumble Cody Rhodes. But as far as the attire, I mean that attire is beautiful, no doubt. Here's Kyle O'Reilly, the original Berserker Elite, part of Elite 51, I think. Here's Mr. A-Town Down, Austin Theory. Here's Eric Young, part of Elite 65, I think. Got Apollo Crews. This figure poses around really nice. Here's Karrion Kross, Elite Karrion Kross. You got Goldberg. He will be retiring in 2025. He's going to have his last match. Here's Rick Boogs. You got Drake Maverick. Tully Blanchard from the 4-pack as well. You got Matt Riddle once again. Here's Austin Theory, and then here is Jack Gallagher. Oh man, here's the classic network spotlight Bailey with the streamers. Here's Billy Kay. This was an original collector's edition figure. That one's pretty cool, honestly. Oh yeah. Here is the Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes. I've been waiting to grab this one. That's like an amazing figure, not gonna lie. Here is Miss Elizabeth, the original Then Now Forever. I don't have an Elite Macho Man, dude. I wish I did. Here is Becky Lynch, her first figure. You got Paige with the This Is My House shirt on. That's pretty cool, honestly. Here's Elite 109 Bailey. This figure got too much hate, for real. Here's the last figure from the Four Horsemen pack. Got Barry Windham. Here's Tyler Bate. Excited for his new Elite 115 figure. Might cop that. Here is Charlotte Flair down here. We haven't seen her in a while. Here's Candice LeRae. Of course, part of Nia Jax's crew now. Is Candice LeRae. Got Elite 44, I think, Sasha Banks. Here's Larry Zbyszko from the WCW Notables pack. Not a lot of people remember that figure. Here's the first original basic Carmella. This was her first time in the line. You got Brie Bella. A lot of the women's basics are coming in here. You got Naomi with the Feel the Glow shirt. Can't wait for her new figure that's coming out. Here is Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 34, within the yellow gear. That's pretty sweet. Here's Stephanie McMahon. This was like her like business attire. basic figure. Here is the first original Rhea Ripley, and then we got Scarlet right here. Her crown just fell off, man. I didn't even realize that, but there's the crown on Scarlet. You got Carmella. That's another basic Carmella. And then you got the basic version of Scarlet. Had to move some figures off of the pile because, dude, literally everything was about to fall. But we're gonna get right back into it. We got the Ultimate Edition Greatest Hits Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Here is the Lost Legends Kamala. Here's Bobby the Brain Heenan. As you can tell, we're getting the more 80s figures now. Here is Mean Gene Okerlund. His arm fell off. They should never have made those arms interchangeable. Here's a basic Andre the Giant. Don't have an elite, unfortunately. There's some certain figures that I've never really gotten around to, and that's kind of a shame. Here's Bruno Sammartino, Elite 110. That's actually a really good figure. You got Typhoon, Then Now Forever, original Elite. Here's the Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase. You got Kevin Nash, WCW, a WCW Notables pack. Here is, I thought this was Gunther for a second, but you got Ken Shamrock with the red robe. That's cool. Oh, here's the WCW AJ Styles. You got Rick Steiner, the father of Braun Breaker. Here's the Elite 67 Halloween Havoc Rey Mysterio with the fix up with the gloves. Here's Paul Bearer, part of Elite 106. Here are both Stevie Ray and Booker T original Harlem Heat figures. You got the Big Red Machine Kane. Here's Brutus the Barber Beefcake, his first Elite that they ever did. You got LWO Eddie Guerrero. Here's the Defining Moments Sting. This is like the Crow Sting. That's great. Here is King Mabel, also known as Viscera. You got Bubba Ray Dudley. This is a basic. Then you got Devon Dudley down here. Here's the Elite 47B Gold Dust. His wig fell off. You got Flying Brian Pillman, the father of Lexus King. You got the Hall of Champions Rikishi. This is the original Hall of Champions. It's not the greatest hits. You can tell by the pins on the hands. That's when they were doing that. Here's Edge, vintage Edge basic. You got William Regal or Lord Steven Regal from WCW. Scott Steiner, Elite 105 with the red pants. Here's Dude Love, one of the three faces of Foley. You got Defining Moments, Chris Jericho. It's my only Jericho Elite, man. Wish I had more. Here's Commissioner Mick Foley with the thumbs, so you can do the thumbs up. And then you got Mankind, SummerSlam. Here's China. This was a WrestleMania Heritage Elite. Mighty Molly Holly, part of the Legends line. You can put that with a Hurricane. Here's Monday Night Wars Elite Rob Van Dam. Not really a fan of that head sculpt. Could swap it. Here's the Survivor Series John Morrison. You got Randy Orton. SummerSlam Randy Orton. Probably the best Randy Elite they've done, straight up. Here's Triple H from WrestleMania 19. You got X-Pac, Then Now Forever Basic. Here's George the Animal Steel, Hall of Fame. You got the Elite Series 50 Rhino. Not a lot of people like this figure, but I think it's pretty cool. Here is Batista, the Hall of Champions Batista. You got Christian with the Unpainted Tag Team Championship. Here's Eric Rowan down here. You got Eric Rowan. TJP, TJ Perkins from the Cruiserweight Classic. I remember him. You got Scott Hall, also from the WCW pack with Kevin Nash. Oh yeah, here's Jimmy Uso. This was the original basic Jimmy Uso. That one's cool. Here's MVP, Ruthless Aggression Elite. Only Ruthless Aggression Elite, unfortunately. I was never able to find too many of them. You got Umaga, his elite. I believe that's Elite 40. You got the big boss man. His nightstick's about to fall out of his hand, but there's the big boss man. Here's another basic Rob Van Dam. You got Big Van Vader. Here is Doink the Clown Flashback Elite. And then you got the 123 Kid, Elite 41, I think that is. Here's Earthquake. This one goes with Typhoon. You got the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. This was the Unmatched Series 10, which I have yet to show on the channel. This is a fantastic figure. Like that one a lot. Here's Matt Jackson, Amazon exclusive Matt Jackson, or Matthew Jackson. You got her Hurricane Legends Elite. My mind went blank there for a second. Got the Unrivaled. I think this was the tag team pack. Darby Allin. And yes, it was because it came with Sting. There's Sting. You got Adam Cole, baby, on Match Series 10. Here's Hangman Adam Page, one of my favorites in AEW. You got this Jax Great Khali, which is really cool. That's absolutely massive. Here's Trish Stratus, part of Elite. I think this was 88. That head sculpt doesn't really do her justice. You got the SummerSlam Elite Kane, underrated. Here's Lita. This is her first Elite. Here's Ric Flair from the Four Horsemen pack. Bam Bam Bigelow. Then Now Forever. Here's Isaac Yankem. This was the SDCC exclusive. You got Luke Harper. I showed Eric Rowan earlier. Here's Luke Harper. Here is Nicholas Jackson. This goes with Matt Jackson, so you can make the Young Bucks. You got Alundra Blaze, the original flashback. There's a lot of vintage figures coming in here. You got the Big Boss Man. This was a basic. Here's the rated R superstar Edge. This is the Elite Series 8. Here's the British Bulldog. Everything's falling. Here's Papa Shango. This was the Hall of Fame. You got Hulk Hogan, Elite 96. Here is the Road Dogg, Jesse James, Legends figure. I wanted the Billy Gunn that went with this, but I never got it. Here's the Unrivaled Series 15 Samoa Joe. I had to get his towel on for a second, but there's Samoa Joe. You got the Ultimate Warrior. Here is Tatanka. You got Scotty 2 Hottie. That's pretty cool. Here is Vince McMahon. This was a vintage basic Vince McMahon. You got the current Ring of Honor World Champion, the Learning Tree Chris Jericho. Here is Christian Cage. You could use that head for a Joe Hendry custom if you want. I think that would be cool. Here is Bradshaw. Once again, one of the Farouk that went with this. Never got that either. You got Orange Cassidy. This was the Unrivaled Orange Cassidy with the Best Friends shirt. Here is Dustin Rhodes, Unrivaled Series 2. You got John Cena, part of Elite 50. Here is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. You got the current TNT champion. His belt fell off, but you got Daniel Garcia. Here's the Elite Series 36 Goldust. You got Anthony Bowens with the tag title, even though he's not a current champion, but you got Anthony Bowens. Here's Rey Mysterio, part of Elite 15. You got Jay Uso, that goes with the Jimmy. Here is Kofi Kingston, an early Elite Kofi Kingston. You got Stardust. Here is R-Truth. This was the greatest hits R-Truth. You got, hold on a second, gotta get him. Best in the world, CM Punk, the Elite CM Punk. Here's Kenny Omega. This was a great figure when it came out. Probably my favorite Kenny Omega. like my favorite Kenny Omega Unrivaled figure. They've done some great Supremes, and those are probably my favorite. But as far as like Unrivaled figures, that's an awesome Kenny Omega. Here's Max Caster, Swerve Strickland, Swerve's House. You got John Moxley. Funny story behind this figure. I actually head swapped it because the original head that came in the bucket, came in the package, it was stained on his face, so that's a little unfortunate. And if you're wondering where I put that head sculpt, I put it on this John Moxley. You can see like some stainage on the side of his face, which is unfortunate because this is actually a really good resemblance of John Moxley. It's just that it's stained. Here's the original basic Mandy Rose. You got Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox, as not. Remember Noam Dar used to say that. Here's Sonya Deville that goes with the Mandy Rose. Io Sky, Io Shirai, her basic. You got Ruby Riot. And then I believe last for the AEW figures, you got the Unmatched series, Brody Lee. We ain't done yet. I've basically shown all my elites. There is one elite I forgot to show, the defining moment Surfer Sting, so we'll show that. But this is basically going to be all of my basics, and there are a lot of basics that you've seen like scattered around, but those are just the basics that I have on like my shelf and all that I have on display. So now we're going to be looking at the basics that are in the box and or in the crowd, and I'm actually really excited to go through these because there's a lot of ones that I've had for like upwards of like 7 or 8 years, so I'm excited to do this. But one Jax figure I forgot to show, got the Stardust Slaughter Classic Superstars. But let's get into some basics now. You got Austin Theory, that's his first figure. Here's the Big Show, that's a vintage one. You got Bobby Lashley with a swapped head sculpt, this is from the top picks. Here's the Miz, I want an elite with the Miz very badly. Here's the Bunny, I've been waiting to grab this, got the Bunny. Here's Braun Strowman. Don't have an elite Braun Strowman either. You got Sin Cara. He does have a broken hand, unfortunately. I believe this one is also glued. Yes, it is. That's a shame. Here's Mojo Rawley from the Hype Bros. You got Yellow Rey Mysterio, WCW version. Here is Dean Ambrose. I don't know. His neck is like his neck sort of came broken. That's like the Ambrose Asylum. Here's another Dean Ambrose. This one has the white tank top, and it's the Signature Series version. You got Chad Gable, came with Shelton Benjamin. Here's my first ever action figure, along with one you'll see later. You got Roman Reigns. This one was with a basic John Cena that I got that like I said, you will see. Here's the Create a Superstar classic figure. I should probably do a whole like dive into the Create a Superstar lore because I know a lot of people aren't really familiar with it or remember it that much. But this is like you would get a box and then like a couple heads with it. You could create a different figure if you want. Those weren't very popular, but I have one. I think that's the Kane version. Speaking of Kane, here's a basic Kane. This one's pretty banged up. You got Austin Aries. I think that's his first one. Here is Bray Wyatt with the logo on the shirt. You got Signature Series Randy Orton. I think this was actually the Kmart. I think this was like the Kmart Champions Randy Orton, actually. You got the Beast Brock Lesnar. There's still quite a lot to go through, don't you worry. Here's Zack Ryder, also of the Hype Bros. You got Angelo Dawkins, his first one. This one's very big. Too big, I would say. You got Cedric Alexander, Chase Basic. Here's Neville in the purple. He's got some scuffage on his leg. Here's orange camo, Big Show. Here is Booker T in the white. You got El Torito. This was like the brown El Torito. And then I believe over here is the white El Torito. Here's Renee Young. I put the red skirt on her because the like the khaki one was starting to tear a little bit, so I put the red skirt on her. Sort of my little backstage interviewer. Here's the freak Lars Sullivan. You got Apollo Crews. Here is Omos. This was the first Omos. Here is Kane. So the basic Kane. Here is Kevin Owens with the duct tape KO logo on the shirt. Here's Samoa Joe. You got Braun Strowman. Here's Braun Strowman. His arms are in the air because I put him in my crowd, have him all the sign. Here's Akira Tozawa in the gray gear. You got the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch. These were a battle pack. Here is Humberto Carrillo. If you remember this figure, this was pretty good. Here is Kane. The Kane, corporate Kane basic. This is actually this Big E is actually headless. His head fell off when he was in the box. So that's a bit of a bummer. I'm been unable to get his head back on, so I guess he's just headless. Here is Bad News Barrett. He's got some bad news. Here's The Miz in a We the One shirt and a sort of Harlem Heat cap. These are like my crowd figures. I left the shirts on them. You got Dolph Ziggler in a Judgment Day shirt. Here's Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the American face paint. You got Chris Jericho. This is Chris Jericho in a Sin Cara mask and a Rey Mysterio shirt. You got Luke Gallows. Here is Carl Anderson. That one goes with Luke Gallows. Here is my first ever John Cena basic that I mentioned. Went with the Roman Reigns, and here he is with the WrestleMania 30 gear. Here is Fit Finley. This was in a very, very old basic. You got The Rock. This one came with a car, like the blue car that they did. Here's the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. You got Rusev. Happy Rusev Day, everyone. Here's Hulk Hogan with the Hulk's Rules shirt. Here's Enzo Amore. I miss Enzo. You got Santino Marella with the Cobra sleeve. Here is an old basic Dusty Rhodes. So I think that was like a SummerSlam or something. You got Sheamus with the orange highlights in the gear. Here is Razor Ramon SummerSlam basic. That's pretty old. You got the Animal Batista. Here's the Macho Man Randy Savage WrestleMania 3 gear. You got Lord Tensai. Here's a Jax Hornswoggle. Not sure how I own this, but he's got like two missing arms. That's a bit of a bummer. Here is the Beast Brock Lesnar. This sort of like a newer age basic. Doesn't have the new articulation, but he came with the forklift. Here's Dexter Loomis. You got the Undertaker with the gray gloves. Here is Pete Dunne, Butch. Have no idea how this chest got all scuffed up. Here is Drew Gulak. This one's pretty cool. You got The Rock, Final Boss. I wish I had a Rock Elite. Definitely going to be getting the new Ultimate Edition Rock with the Final Boss look. Here's The Undertaker. You got Jinder Mahal in the blue gear. Here are American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Chad Gable looks so much different now. Here is Dash Wilder. This was their revival, Dash Wilder. You got Adam Rose. Here's Baron Corbin. This was his I don't know if this was his first basic, but it was like it was an old Baron Corbin. You got Sheamus, then now forever. Here is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I used his knee braces for Solo Sikoa. I had the red ones originally, but I decided to put the black ones on him instead. You got Heath Slater in the orange. Here is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, also WrestleMania 3 gear. You got Shinsuke Nakamura. Here is James Ellsworth. You got a blue Finn Balor. This one's pretty cool. Here's Shelton Benjamin. This one came with Chad Gable. You got The Undertaker. I think that was my first Undertaker. You got Karrion Kross. Here is Buddy Murphy with the Disciple look. Here's Jack Swagger. You got Bobby Lashley. Here is Cowboy Bob Orton before we got the Legend Elite. You got Hideo Itami. Wish they never would have canceled his NXT Takeover Elite. That one looked great. Here is Cesaro in a Jeff Hardy shirt that says Human Anomaly. You got Mark Henry. I have him holding a sign in my crowd. That's why he's like that. Here's Ty Dillinger. So some of these basics are not really sure how I acquired them, but I just have them in my collection. You got Scott Dawson, I almost said Dash Wilder, but he's a part of the revival. You got these are actually pretty sweet. You got Xavier Woods, and then you got Kofi Kingston in the shirts. Even though New Day sucks, you got Shane McMahon in the Survivor Series look. Here's Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the one that had the red knee braces. Here is Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson. You got Elias in a Cody Rhodes shirt. Here's Justin Gabriel. I don't really collect too many basics anymore, but it's really cool to just like go through them and see like all the classic characters. That's something I find cool. But I'm mostly all about the elites these days. You got Seth freaking Rollins, WrestleMania 33. Here's the Woken Matt Hardy, WrestleMania 34, I think that's based off of. Here's Edge and black and white. That's actually pretty clean. Here is Montez Ford in an AJ Styles shirt. Here is Sami Zayn in an OC shirt. You got Roderick Strong in an Edge shirt. Here's John Morrison, basic John Morrison. Here's Maurice. She's got the gold robe on. Here is Diego and Fernando, the Los Matadors, with the blue and the pink. Here's Rich Swann, also wearing pink. You got Bret the Hitman Hart. I do want the Legends Ultimate Edition Bret Hart. That one looks sick. It's pretty old though. Here is Gold Dust. This is the original Gold Dust basic. Here is Shawn Michaels. You got the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Here is I forgot I even own this. I forgot I even own this Tommaso Ciampa. This is actually pretty cool. I completely forgot about that figure. That's like the first figure so far I've just completely forgot about. Here's the Ultimate Warrior. Things are starting to fall here. Please excuse that. Got Jake Atlas. Here is Natalia. Pretty vintage basic. Not sure what series that is, but I know it's like in like the first like 1 through 10 range. I can only assume. Here's Finn Balor with the shirt on. That's cool. You got Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona. Here is Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil. You got Mustafa Ali. I watched an interview with him recently, and he's like, everybody always mispronounce my name. They say Mustafa, but it's actually Mustafa. Here's Zeb Coulter, the manager of Jack Swagger. You got Kurt Angle. Here is Simon Gotch. That's old. Then you can't have Simon Gotch without. Hold on. Aiden English. There he is. Only a few more here. You got The Miz, Alberto Del Rio, uh, Curtis Axel. You got Curtis Axel. Here's Andrade Cien Almas. We need to go Andrade Elite for real. You got the glorious one, Bobby Roode. You got Bo Dallas. You got Roddy Piper, Johnny Gargano, the Chase version, and then you got the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And that is, I believe, how long? Let me check. Yep, that is the last figure we will be looking at today. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And this video took me a very long time, and I hope so. I would sincerely appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I wish you many, many blessings in 2025, and I'll see you guys next time. Jed Wrestling, out.